What's going on? This is Rhadi Ferguson, and welcome to another edition of Coffee with Rhadi. We've just come off the Olympics. We are less than a month out from the Olympic Games, and I just want to provide a congratulatory message to the United States judo team who walked away with, I think, 2 medals. Kayla Harrison ended up winning the first gold medal in the sport of judo for the United States, and Marty Malloy won a bronze medal. Also, an individual by the name of Travis Stevens was the first ever male to reach the semifinals of the Olympic Games since, I believe, either Kevin Asano or Jason Morris. He ended up finishing in 5th place. Also, as a former coach of the Bahamian Judo Federation, I would like to provide my big up to the Bahamas. My grandparents on both sides of the family are from the Bahamas. I'd like to provide a big up to the Bahamian 4x4 relay team who won a gold medal at the Olympics. It was an absolutely fantastic achievement. I believe they were partying all in the streets when they got back. Congratulations to them. Achieving a gold medal at the Olympics is definitely no easy feat, and there's nothing that can be compared or parallel to that particular achievement. Congratulations to you. Now, you got all that out of the way. Let's have this morning's Coffee with Rhadi. Now, this particular Coffee with Rhadi is important. If you're a teacher, you're an educator, you're someone who deals with youth, if you're a parent, you need this particular information. You especially need this information if you were born in the 80s, okay? Somewhere along the line, the rules of communication have gotten fouled up. Somewhere along the line, the parenting, the education, the leadership, the quality information that we have been teaching our children has become less than par and maybe on line with poor. The title of today's Coffee with Rhadi is When an Email or Text is Inappropriate. When an email or text is inappropriate. I had an opportunity last night to speak to a friend who told me they're watching an old episode of Seinfeld because we were speaking about a topic about cell phone use. And he had me watch an episode of Seinfeld where one of the characters in the episode was calling a friend to see how the friend was doing. I guess Elaine was calling her friend to see how her friend was doing, to check up on her friend in the hospital. But while she was checking on her friend in the hospital, she decided to call her friend while she was running her errands. Seinfeld was jokingly, but in a serious type of manner, saying, hey, so you're going to decide to call your friend who's in the hospital, not on your own time, but while you're doing other things, you're just going to slip him in while you're doing what you want to do. It really didn't seem like a big deal until you really sit down and think about it. She wouldn't take enough time out of her day to section out some time to sit down and call on her time. But when she was running her errands, she kind of put that person inside of their schedule. Inappropriate cell phone use when it comes to your friends. Let me say this. You young folks make a serious error when it comes to gratitude. You make a serious error when let's just understand this, match the medium. Okay, just said match the medium. If I email you a piece of downloadable software, you can email me and say, thank you so much for the software. Easy. If I send you flowers, you should call and say, thank you I received the flowers, and then send a small note back, a handwritten note saying thank you very much for the flower. Something physical was said to you, you send something physical in return. If someone had enough time to get on the computer and buy you something and provide tender for a good that's $60, $70, $80, it doesn't take anything for you to spend $1.25 and take your time out to send something back to say thank you. If someone sends you a wedding gift, you don't text them back and say, hey, I appreciate the vase. It's inappropriate. If someone buys you tickets for an event, you don't call back and say, hey, thanks. No. This is inappropriate. Parents, you have children. I'm so glad. I am privileged. I am privileged that my parents did not bypass this particular step when it came to my rearing process. I absolutely 100% hated it when my mom did it. I thought it was overdone. I didn't think it was necessary all the time. But she sat down and made me write thank you letters. If some guy threw me 25 cents on the street, I'd have to get his address and go write him a thank you letter. Okay? I hated it. I hated the process. But let me tell you where it comes in handy. You young folks right now, you're 18, 19, 21, 22, sometimes 23. You're sitting in front of executives for job interviews who are 45 and 50. They're outside of your particular demographic. You sit down with them, you do a job interview, you leave, and you email them and you say, thanks so much for the interview. Here's my such and such, here are my references, blah, blah, and you think that suffice. The person in that particular demographic, or the person like me, looks at your email as just some other junk mail that comes through the email during the day. If they had a personal contact with you, they expect you to provide another source of contact to them outside of the email. What they are expecting you to provide, is a follow-up letter, note, or thank you card. So what happens is you have a message, you have a message mismatch. Your message doesn't match the medium in which it was given. I sit down and have an interview with you, you leave and you email me. No. You provide me with 3 touches. I sit down and have an interview with you, you email me immediately. You put the letter in the mail thanking me for the meeting, and then you call me to make sure that I got both of those things. That's 3 contacts. If I buy you tickets to the Miami Dolphins game and I send them to you, you text me and say, tickets were received. Thanks. With the thank you card already on the way. And you call. But not in that order. See, that sounds like the right order to you young folks. That's the wrong order. If I send you some tickets and you receive the tickets, as soon as you receive the tickets, you get on the phone and you call and you say, hey, Rhadi, I just want to let you know I received the tickets. Thanks so much. No problem. Get off the phone. Text. Hey, once again, I know it's a little overdone. I just want to tell you, man, that I appreciate you. Boom. Fine. Go on your way to the Walgreens. Go to your top drawer, whatever. Grab your thank you card. Write a thank you note. Because what you don't understand is somebody just spent $150, $200, $275 on you, and you only spending $1.25 on them. But if you spend $1.25, they'll be more apt and more prone to spend another $2.50 on you. But your dumb ass is so caught up in getting on to the next stupid thing that you got to do in a day that you're just saying, hey man, thanks, text, boom, and going by the next order of business, because you don't ever take the time to think about how much time you had to take to say thank you and how much time that they had to take out to provide you with the thing that they provided you with. This is where the imbalance occurs. Somebody sets up an appointment for you, takes 15, 20, 30 minutes out of the day, use contacts and leverage what they have in their life, and you take 15 seconds and you say, hey man, thanks for the lookout. Are you an idiot? Are you an idiot? I am telling you this because you young folks make these mistakes. And unfortunately, some of you older folks make this mistake too. And you end up taking the people in your life for granted, and they sit down and they call you ungrateful, and they don't say anything to you about it. They don't text it to you. They just log it in their mind, and next time when it's time for them to do something for you, they don't bother. Your job is to make sure when it's time to do something for you, your name and your face pops to the forefront of their mind, and you can do this by sending thank you cards, getting on the phone saying thank you, and then following up with texts and all the other bullshit that you do during the day. Stop texting and stop emailing all the time. Use that as a secondary mode of communication after personal touch. I'm telling you, it's going to cost some of you a job one day. Jimmy and Larry go to Exxon Mobil for a job interview. Jimmy sits down with the executive. Jimmy and Larry walk in and see the secretary. They both get the secretary's card. Jimmy and Larry sit down and have their meeting. Jimmy and Larry walk through the office. Jimmy and Larry do all these things. Now when Jimmy gets home, Jimmy emails the secretary and says, thank you, appreciate it. Emails the executive. He emails all the people that he met, says, thank you, it's a pleasure. Larry emails everybody, just like Jimmy did. But then he follows up with everybody with a 75-cent thank you card. And then 3 days later, he calls. You tell me who's going to get the job. Your resume can be a little less stronger than the other person, and you're still going to get the job. I'm telling you, at the end of the day, these are how real decisions are made. If you're a teacher and you have a class full of people and someone comes and speaks to your class, make your whole class sit down and write a thank you letter. Pack them all up, put them in a box, and you bail them off yourself if you have to. Make them write the letter. If a speaker comes to your school to talk to your kids and it's your class, make them write the letter. Let them know the importance of saying thank you. Let them know that that person just came out of here, took their time and spoke to you, because 25 times out of 10, when somebody comes and speaks to a high school or middle school, they don't get paid. Trust me, I've done it on several occasions, okay? I had a goodness in my heart because it's what I was led to do. Let me tell you something. Have those kids say thank you, because what it does is it'll take someone like me or another speaker or another person who invests their time and provide me with the fuel that I need to do that again for another set of youth. Do you know that I spoke to a middle school recently, and the principal would not even come out of her office. She had to be urged to come out of her office to say hello. Principal didn't write a thank you letter. Principal didn't even shoot me an email or a phone call. Unbelievable. Never seen anything like it. But this is the day and age we live in. And now in my mind, I got the log. In my mind, she actually ruins it for someone else. Because now I got to think, I don't want to do that again. When I have paid dates I have to go to. I'm telling you, sit down, talk to your young folks about emailing and texting when it's appropriate, when it isn't appropriate, and the form in which it is appropriate, and the timing in which it is appropriate. If I send you a book, if I send you a book through the mail, if I say, hey, Larry, I'm going to send you a book, you say, hey, bro, thanks, I appreciate it. You don't say, I said thank you already when you told me you were going to send a book. Are you an idiot? Are you an idiot? Are you an idiot? You said thank you for the gesture that I was going to show in terms of getting you the book. When the book reaches you, you grab the book, you say, hey, I just want to let you know, you call, you say, hey, I just want to let you know, man, that I got the book. Thanks so much. Person says, bro, no problem. You send a text 2 hours later. Bro, I was just fingering through the couple of first pages of the book, man. I want to let you know I might not be able to get to the book right away, but I want to say thanks a lot. I appreciate it. Boom, got it. Next thing you do is send a $1.25 thank you card. I'm going to tell you right now, at 37 years old, I have some really, really, really tight and good friends. I don't do that all the time. But these are relationships, these are 20, 15-year relationships. I don't do them all the time. And these are relationships like that with no gap and no break in them. Okay, no 5-year break, no 7, no. None of this stuff. And I'll tell you what, there have been some times, I'm not 100%, there are times when I need to do better. And now that I'm talking to you and I see that other people aren't doing this, I need to do better because I need to provide a better example myself. I need to go back to going overboard on this. Because nobody's doing this. With this texting and this goddamn emailing and bullshit, and people got the fastest thumbs in America, and your kids got hypertension and diabetes because they don't go outside and play. Some of your children have never drank water from the water hose outside, and that's a shame. And for those who understand what I'm talking about, you know your children need to be outside drinking from that water hose. You know how you go outside to turn the water hose on, you got to let it run for a moment because the hot water got to come out and all the lizards got to run out of there first, and then you can drink from the water hose. That's because you're outside playing all day. Y'all don't play. Y'all DS, Nintendo, Xbox, tags. Now they got to put in a mile walk at school in the morning when we're supposed to be doing math and science. We got to sit around and force you to run a mile in the morning because listen, I'm going to say it, because you are fat and you're overweight, because you're texting, you're playing the DS, your parents letting you play the DS, you're not running, you're not outside, you don't want to do that because you're getting too tired. Mom, can I have the Cheetos and the snack bar and all this foolishness? Everything is quick. Stop making the stuff quick. Parents, stop making things quick. Let me see, I got my, as a matter of fact, this ain't even no prop. I'm telling you, this is it. Because if it was a prop, I definitely wouldn't leave my daughter's comb here. Listen, these are my thank you cards. That's it. Stationery. Right out, how much is it? $9.99 for 50 cards. Okay? What that is? 50 cents a piece, something like that? $9.99 for 50 cards. Listen. Stop trying to make everything so microwave. Stop trying to make everything so quick. Stop trying to text all the time, email, and be so fast, okay? And be fast with a phone call, personal touch, and then be fast with a thank you card. Write a letter. Send a thank you card. I'm telling you right now, it's going to cost you more than what it's worth.